Sharon Tate, 26. Stephen Parent, 18. J.C. Brick, 36. Gary Hinman, 35. Wojciech Frykowski, 33. Abigail Folger, 26. Lena LaBianca, 44. Rosemary LaBianca, 40. Donald Shea, 35. Bernard Crowe, 23. Those 10 people are all victims of the spree killer Charles Manson during the 1969 spree killings in Los Angeles, California. Manson was born November 12, 1934 in Cincinnati, Ohio, to his mom, Kathleen Maddox. Since Kathleen was a single teen mom, Manson was brought up by her and her family. It's reported that they abused and neglected him regularly. By the age of 13, Manson was already in trouble with the law for committing robbery and petty crimes. At the age of 15, he was sent to Indiana boys' school, where he was sexually assaulted and abused on a daily basis. He was in and out of jail and on and off probation from age 22 to 32. Charles Manson was heavily influenced by the Beatles, as he himself played the guitar. He specifically admired the song Helter Skelter. Manson admired the song a little differently than all the rest. He believed the song was about a race war, but member of the Beatles, Paul McCartney, shut that down and said it was actually about the rise and fall of something, specifically an empire. Another popular band at the time was the Beach Boys. One of the members of the Beach Boys, Dennis Wilson, claims one day he saw Manson himself shoot a black man in half with an M16 rifle and stuff him in a sewer. A body has never been found. It's unsure the exact day that Manson was caught, but we know it was sometime in 1970 as his trial was in 1971. With the hopes that the judge recognized Manson didn't carry out any of the murders himself, his lawyers had him plead not guilty. This plan came crashing down due to two circumstances, the first being the joint responsibility rule. This basically means that anybody in a conspiracy is tied to any crimes that their fellow conspirators commit. For example, everybody in the Manson family is tied to every single murder that took place because they were all in that conspiracy together. The second circumstance being an encounter with a known drug dealer known as Bernard Crowe, one of the 10 victims I mentioned in the beginning. At 26, Bernard Crowe was trying to make a deal with the Manson family, and the Manson family didn't have the money that Bernard insisted on receiving. Therefore, Charles shot Crowe and left the scene thinking he killed him, and it wasn't until his trial that he realized Crowe actually survived. Bernard was able to testify against Manson and helped this case tremendously. Crowe helped prove that Manson is capable of murder. Manson and multiple of the family members received the death sentence, but in 1972, California abolished the death penalty, meaning the next best option was life in prison. Investigators discovered the state of the home. It was so bad, professionals deemed it inhabitable. There was food, drinks, drugs, alcohol, even mold in the house. You name it, it was there. Throughout the house, investigators found so much incriminating evidence, including the actual bodies of the victims. And yes, you heard that right. They had dead bodies in the house with them. First off, imagine how bad that must have smelled. Not to mention what kind of people can sleep and live their lives knowing there's dead bodies in their home. On November 12, 2017, Manson died at age 83 due to cardiac arrest resulting in respiratory failure brought on by colon cancer.